welcome to our second episode of DCT UK's P.O.D, which stands for People of DCT UK. We're here today with Jade from the Winch. Hello, Jade.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm alright.
Put your mic on your face.
Sorry. I was just like,
Hi,
yeah,
I'm fine.
yeah.
How are you? How are you doing? How are you doing?
Yeah, not bad, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, really well, really well.
Yeah.
So let's just get into it. Tell me about the Winch. What is the Winch?
The Winch is, how would I? The Winch is a children and young people charity. We work with ages 0 to 25 for young people and then 25 up for adults and their support. We have family support, baby groups, after school clubs, holiday clubs, youth clubs, girls group. We do something called Team Up in the local estates in 2 organisations with our 2 departments, and football on a Friday.
Football on a Friday.
Football on a Friday.
Do you take part in football on a Friday?
Nope.
Absolutely not.
Them kids are aggressive.
Really?
Yeah.
I imagine, I feel like kids now are so much bigger. I feel like everyone would be bigger than me.
It's like some of my mentees, they're like 14 to 19 and I feel like a baby in comparison to them.
Really?
Like they're grown. They are grown women and I'm just like, hi guys.
Looking at that. Hi.
Yeah.
Can you please do this for me?
Yeah,
Can you stop doing that?
It's so scary. Like they're so much taller and more mature and I'm like, I was not like this at your age, like at all.
So what brought you to the Winch? Like, why do you work here?
So I came as a young person. I think I was like 13 when I first came, and I was very on and off because sometimes I preferred outside and causing havoc outside, but they started doing outreach in my school, and from then they were just like, come along to our youth club. So it was here, and there's a youth club down by Primrose Hill called St Mary's, well Mary's now, and we were like kind of going back and forth. And then when I got to like 14, I broke away. So I was only here for like a year. And then went into like employment, left. And there was an apprenticeship for a business admin role here. And I literally came in and I said to my old youth worker, Jim, I was like, take that ad down. Your receptionist's here. And he was like, it's not how it works. Like there's a whole application process that you have to go through. And I was just like, okay. Done the application process. It was like 4 interviews because it was with Camden. So you have to apply with Camden. They have to accept you, do an interview, get past the interview stage, send it here. Here has to accept you, then do like loads of tests and interviews here.
Wow.
It was for a 17-year-old. I was literally like, no job interview could ever compete with this.
No, that's
like,
a lot. 4 rounds of interviews.
4 rounds.
Well, you must be very good at your job.
Yeah, I like to think so.
And how many years have you been here now, like from starting this job?
5 years. It was 5 years on September 28th.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Oh, I said well done on LinkedIn, actually.
Yeah. Yes, you did.
I was like, well done.
So yeah,
Congrats, Jade.
it's a long time. 5 years, 3 different jobs whilst being here.
Oh, really?
Definitely intense, yeah.
So what have your different jobs been?
So there was obviously the apprenticeship.
Yes.
And then during lockdown, we done something called the community hub, where we done food bag deliveries, phone calls for like people that were feeling isolated, medication drop-offs. So we did that for 5 months. And then I got put into the job that I'm in now, which is the Office and Services Co-ordinator role. So I still do receptions. I've still got my original role. Then I do like the buildings management, the health and safety, the bookings. But I like to like dip into each department where I can. So, because it's fun.
Yeah.
Going to youth club, why not?
And you feel like you could see your future here as well. I feel like this is when you want to kind of continue.
I feel like there's a lot more to be done, and like we're moving in like 3 years, so I want to be here for the next building, so which is literally just going to be over there.
Yeah. Tell us about that then. So the whole community here is moving.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like I don't know what they're going to do with this building. It's going to be heartbreaking because obviously this one's been now 50 years. Yeah.
Wow.
As the Winch in this building.
Wow.
So we're going over there, and that building, it was like a massive corporate building. It had like the Ham and High in it, and then they knocked it all down. So over there, it's going to be our organisation. I think there's probably going to be a few others. There's going to have like a CAF. We're going to have affordable housing, private renting housing in there. It's going to be a big change. It's not just going to be like our building anymore.
Yeah.
It's going to be shared with a lot of people, and it's like 23 floors.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's huge. Does that mean, though, you'll be able to do more because you've got more space and
Yeah,
more access to a safer building? Like, this
Safer
is
building.
lovely.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean?
Like, walls will not be crumbling around us. So I'm looking forward to that. Like, the pressure of the health and safety should drop by quite a bit, I'm hoping. So yeah, it should free up some time.
And is that with Camden Council? Are they moving you? Is this something you guys have bought the building, or
Oh no, we haven't bought. Oh god, I wish.
rent the building?
I wish. But yeah, it is with Camden. It's Camden and private contractors that basically just agreed, like, this is what we're gonna do. Here are the beat down buildings in the area that we want to put in here. So yeah, it's gonna be an intense change.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Sounds really exciting, though.
Yeah, no, it will be.
And hopefully it'll enable you to help more people and do more things.
I'm hoping for bigger space, but it's just how we get
Yeah.
like the feeling of here over there, because that's gonna be like glass, very like hospital vibes, like white and grey.
Yeah.
And obviously here's like yellow, orange, red. Every room is like different.
Yeah.
There's no theme, and that's what people like.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
And it feels very homely, this place. Like, I always say, like, I've been a few times now, and you step in and you just feel super comfortable. You feel at
Yeah.
home. There's no pretense. Anybody can just kind of be here. And yeah, to translate that to that building might
How
be
do
quite
we
hard.
winchify it?
How do you winchify it? Yeah, yeah.
That's my biggest thing.
What do you think the key thing is that you do here? What do you think is like the number one thing, or is that kind of an understatement? Is there not just one big thing?
Yeah, I definitely don't think there's one big thing, but I mean, a lot of people always say like the vibe that we give off is like, it's that welcoming, like everybody can come in. It's just that vibe, but none of us like try.
Yeah.
So it's like, I always say it's not us, like it sounds so cringe, but it's the building.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's, yeah, everybody says it when they come and they're like, it's very nice and welcoming in here, laid back. I'm like, yeah, welcome.
It's a nice environment though, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's the kind of place that as like a young person you feel more comfortable.
Definitely.
Rather than walking into something where there's like loads of adults in suits.
Yeah.
And maybe like a judgmental feel. Like there's none of that here.
Definitely, yeah. These kids come in and they rule this building.
Do
Like
they
all
really?
of them, like, especially the little ones. Like the winch is theirs. Like visitors come in and they're like, so this is the winch, this is where we play. Like if I told the kids to tour you, they'd be like, this is our Lego room. And they'll show like, oh yeah, they're just class. Like this is, the winch is theirs. So I think, yeah, that's probably the best thing about us, that when people come in, they don't feel like it's our building, like it's theirs straight away. If you come here, it's like, this is your home as well as ours.
How is the winch received like in the community where it is, like where it's placed?
I think definitely more recently, it's a lot more loved than it used to be. Obviously, the way that the winch opened was a bunch of young people squatted a building.
Really?
Yeah, and like basically just refused to let Camden Council take it.
Wow.
Yeah, so I think from then it was, you know, there's always that assumption that like the youth are dangerous and they're reckless. That kind of solidified it. Like, this is our building and we're not leaving.
Yeah.
But over the years, I think when people actually get to see what we do, and like kids aren't bad, like them,
No.
they are very misunderstood. And
Yeah.
we always say like, when you're given a stereotype, a lot of people feel like they have to live up to that standard because like there's no way of breaking out of it. So a lot of what we do is get them out of that hole, or like that box that society has put them in. So I think definitely now the winch is perceived as a happy place with good people. So yeah, I would say in the time that I've been here, no one's ever came in and like dragged us through the grounds. Like everybody always wants to know like what we're about, what we do. We get compliments quite a lot. Yeah, just even, I mean, from the outside, we don't look great. So people come in and they're like, what is this place?
Aww.
And I'm like, we're a charity, like, for
Yeah.
kids. And that kind of solidifies it straight away. So I'm like, yeah. So, yeah, I would definitely say we're highlighted in a positive way now than maybe 50 years ago when we first opened.
Yeah, for sure. And what's the deal with the building? Because obviously, like for you guys that don't know, it's completely covered in scaffolding. Incredible spray paint murals, and it's so colourful, but it is completely covered in scaffolding. So what's the deal with that?
I mean, it's more like for the safety of everyone.
Sure.
We know that structurally it's not the strongest, So, I mean, I think the scaffolding's been up for like 7 years now. So now it is genuinely just like a part of the winch. Like,
Wow.
we don't ever notice it.
Yeah.
Ever.
You're like, what, the scaffolding? No, it's not.
And people come in and like, what is that? Like, what work's being done? I'm like, nothing. It's just there. But it does help us like get outside as well. Like, we have to, when we put banners up. So, yeah, I mean, the building's not the strongest. It's definitely health and safe. Like, for a health and safety officer, it is the bane of my existence.
I bet.
Yeah, every day something new.
Yeah.
Like, there's no thermostats on these radiators.
I mean, who needs thermostats on radio?
Well, I mean, in this country, when it's this hot, like, this room, it's, yeah. Yeah, it's intense.
So, does it cost you a lot of money to run this building then?
We have a agreement with Camden that we have reduced rent and we keep up the maintenance, which definitely seemed like a good idea 50 years ago.
Yeah.
But now, keep up the maintenance, it's expensive.
Yeah.
Like, we have to replace fire doors regularly, windows regularly, flooring regularly.
So, we're here.
So, yeah, maybe now, yeah, it's expensive.
Do you think it'll be cheaper once you're in the new building?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, because I feel like everything's going to just be new. So, I mean, I hope.
It won't need replacing, right?
Yeah, I
As
hope,
often.
because if it does, because of the type of material it's going to be over there, it will definitely be more expensive.
Oh.
Yeah, so we're kind of preparing ourselves, but we get hit with things so fast here that I don't think going over there and like one thing happening every year is going to bother us, because like genuinely every week something happens here and we're like, right, what do we do about this?
Yeah, because you were saying last time I was here that it flooded upstairs and a window fell through.
Yeah.
What happened there?
Well, the window's still not been fixed. We're waiting for the windows to get delivered because we've got timber sash, which is obviously like quite an old-fashioned window to have, but we have to have like for like when we replace things. So the window is stable and it's supported, but yeah, I mean, that hit us in the face. Like last year we obviously flooded in the basement, and that was the biggest job ever. And then a year later we flood upstairs. So, but we fixed the problem, we replaced the drain, and now obviously all the rest is just getting the flooring done, redoing the walls because they are damaged.
Yeah.
It's literally directly above here.
Is it really?
Yeah.
So let's hope it doesn't fall.
That's why I was like, please not this window. Like, this window is massive. I was like, please not this window.
Oh my gosh, yeah, if that came out, well, that would be trouble, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So if you had an unlimited budget, would you stay here?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but I think everybody, okay, some people have their opinions, but
Sure.
like 95% of the staff and the kids would stay here because it's like what we've always known. Like nobody has ever had different working here. Like Maggie, she worked here when it was a pub. So she's worked here the full 50 years of the Winch.
Wow.
And then when it was a pub, and her kids were the ones that squatted it. So this is all she knows. And she always says that I do the lottery, and if I win, I'm going to buy the Winch. So if we had unlimited money, it would definitely be like, knock it down, build it back up, exactly in the same way.
Yeah. Are you government funded?
We get funding from a lot of different places. So the government will give us funding, the Big Give, lottery, other like I say charities, like Anna Freud. They like everybody kind of like chips in to pay for staff and sessions. So yeah.
Are you looking for investors? Are you looking for people to kind of take it on and take it under their wing as their charity that they look after? Yeah,
like, I mean, okay, I say yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But for me, I'm like, if somebody with a big wallet wanted to come
for sure
and let us still do our thing, then I think I would jump at the opportunity. Yeah. But I won't speak for other people.
And do you hold fundraisers to like raise money as well outside of the funding from organisations?
We have 2 fundraising officers. Since COVID, we haven't really done a lot of direct like face-to-face like fundraising, but we're always looking for new ideas, and like we'll do mini campaigns and people will fund us. So that's quite nice. And on our website, we have where you can like donate money regularly. So we're quite lucky with the community that we live in. Like the parents will donate, but then just people that see what we're doing, they'll donate. And like we work in partnership with like the American school, so they donate quite a lot. And every year they come and do a community day where they literally just say like, what do you need? We'll pay for it all, do it all.
Wow.
Yeah, so
That's a great day. That's like better than Christmas.
yeah, so October 23rd is our next community day.
Oh, it's so soon.
Yeah.
Have you got a long list of things?
Normally we do, but we try now to like stay humble.
For sure.
Yeah, so we've given them two things. We're like, can you put planters outside? And also the next one is, do you want to sort out the Lego?
Oh.
Yeah, put the Lego in the boxes, because it's little kids that do it. Yeah,
really?
It's not like the adults. The kids, like a group of the kids from the school come over and just
help out for the day.
It's
That's
nice.
so nice. Everyone kind of helping everyone.
Yeah.
That's so lovely. What has fundamentally changed about the Winch from when it started until now?
I mean, I can't speak on 50 years ago.
We're not here.
I was not here. But from when I started, I mean, definitely there's been a changeover in staff. But, I mean, we love all of our old colleagues. But it's nice when you have somebody new come in that just has, like, fresh ideas, sees us from a different... Because we're definitely in a better place than before COVID, even. So people come in and they're like, wow. And I'm like, I know, this is great. I think we're improving every day. Like, we try anyway. Like, we try to get out in the community more. We weren't working with the older age group before.
Yeah.
And obviously now we work on 3 different estates to help bring the partnership between the young people and the older generation together, help to updo the estates, because, I mean, they need some love.
Yeah.
So I think just overall, like, our reach has improved, and I would say our spirits, because COVID definitely made us appreciate things a lot more. Like, for all of us to have to go like online, we were like, I remember that final goodbye was like, I say final goodbye, it wasn't a final goodbye, but it was so emotional. Like, we had a massive team meeting, everyone was crying, and I was like, this can't be normal. Like, why are we so sad? We Zoom every week, and then obviously a lot of us were still face to face doing the hub. But I literally remember that first day that the building reopened for everybody, and like, yeah, I don't think I've ever hugged anybody like that. Like, when I've seen my colleagues, I was literally, I'm so happy to see you guys. So, yeah.
It just kind of shows like how much this building means to everyone.
Yeah.
Both staff and people that use it.
No, definitely.
Would you say it's like a lifeline for people as well?
Yeah, like not everybody, but I know that we always make it clear to people that is what it is.
Yeah.
If you ever get to that point, come to us, like, don't hide away. And I think when we worked with the older kids more, that's definitely what it was. And as they definitely dropped off over lockdown, because one of our major funding, funding
Partners? Someone who funded things?
We done. Yeah, I'm like, don't know what to call it.
Yeah.
We done the company which helped 18 to 25-year-olds start up their own businesses. But it became so much more, like helping them with their housing, if they had like a mental health condition and they didn't know how to manage it. So since then, I mean, what was the question?
Is it a lifeline?
Is it a lifeline? Yeah. I would say for our service users and for our staff, because nobody's perfect, and like, we're helping people, but we're also going through a lot of the struggles that they are, like even the cost of living. We're all like, what do we do?
I was going to ask you about that. Are you kind of open for people to come here for like financial advice and a warm place to come for a cup of tea and a chat? Is that what you are, as well as everything else that you do? Because you do everything here.
We definitely know that we are not like professionals in giving that advice in that area, but we're happy to have like basic conversations with people and like talk about our experiences, because I think that's another thing. We don't want people coming here thinking like we're better than them. We're all in the same boat.
We are.
Trust me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's nice when people come in and they realise like, actually, we're struggling too. But we put us, like, when we're here, our struggle goes to the side, and like, you're our main focus. So I think people definitely appreciate the fact that we are humans too, and we'll openly admit that.
Do you find like the people that are here as kids come back as staff a lot? You got
Yeah.
quite a high like return rate.
Yeah, we have something called the Winch pipeline, and it's when like you start off obviously as like a baby or when you're in your after school club and you come up through all of our sessions, and I think there's like 5 or 6 of us that went through that pipeline and came back.
Wow.
And I mean, the rest of them are youth workers and play workers. I'm like the only one that's like, computers, please.
Yeah.
Like, no thanks.
Yeah.
But yeah, like we're definitely seeing it more. And like a lot of the kids now will come and volunteer, and then they want to do their work experience with us. And if they get a placement in uni or college, it's like, can I do it at the Winch? And I'm like, kind of depends what you're doing. Like, fortunately, we can't just take you.
Can't just take everyone,
Yeah,
right?
but it is nice. Like, you do feel like a burst of pride. You're like, us?
Yeah.
You wanna work with us?
Yeah.
So yeah.
You must like mean a lot to so many people, and I've kind of said that already, but
I hope
it's
so.
such like a crucial thing, and it's almost a shame that you don't have like different franchises of this charity
Yeah.
in different boroughs around London. Do you solely work with Camden?
Yeah.
So no other place in
If
London?
we could reach out further, I think we would. But a lot of our funding only covers this area anyway. And like even specific areas in Camden we can't work in because there's other youth groups that cover that area and we work in partnership with them.
Yeah.
So primarily we're like here, Finchley Road, St John's Wood. Sometimes we'll reach down to Chalk Farm.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is like our main area.
Yeah.
And enough goes on to keep us all busy.
I bet, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Why do people come to the Winch?
Ooh.
Oh, good question.
Yeah. I mean, definitely through word of mouth, we get a lot of people coming in. And we feel bad because a lot of time we're at maximum capacity. So like people come in and they're like, I've heard so much about you. I want my kids to go here. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. There's such a long waiting queue. Like,
There's a waiting list, is there?
for our after school club and our holiday club. Yeah, like the youth has quite a large capacity of team, luckily. So we can take like the kids on trips. We have our youth club. But yeah, with the younger ones, we can't take them on because we've only got 5 members of the play team. So obviously ratio isn't great. But I would say people come because of what they hear and what they see us doing. So we're trying to make our social media presence bigger because I'm like, this is where people go now for things. Like,
you should
they
do a
don't.
podcast.
I'm not that friendly.
You
I couldn't imagine who I would even bring in. Like, our team, we hate cameras. Like, we hate.
Really?
Yeah, like, this is when, like, BBC News come here and they want to interview us, we're literally like,
Can you pick someone else?
That's why that time I was like, Reese, I need you to do this interview. I don't want to do it.
But you've been great now.
Yeah, no.
Now you're a star.
Spotlight. But yeah, I would say just like, I think, yeah, just what we do. Like, people want to come here.
Yeah, people want to be a part of the family.
Yeah, and I mean, the kids are our biggest cheerleaders as well. That's the one good thing. Like, all the kids, they'll be like, I brought my friends. And I'm like, yes.
That's so nice.
Keep bringing them.
Are you in schools then? Do you actively work in the schools?
Yeah, so we work in UCL Academy, which is obviously directly across from us. And then we're going to start working in Haverstock School, which is my old school.
Ah,
Yeah.
blast from the past.
We work with George Eliot and Holy Trinity and Abacus and St. Paul's.
Oh, wow. So you're in
Yeah.
a lot of schools.
Yeah, it's nice. We're spreading as far as we can.
Yeah.
Winch takeover.
Yeah, I love that. And before we kind of wrap up, tell me about the event you had this weekend, because I know it was
Yes.
really cool. And have you got another one kind of lined up that people can get in their diaries?
I mean, I don't know what they officially called it,
Okay,
but I'll call it the Winch Hillgrove Street Party.
cool.
So we work in partnership with a lot of the estates in the area, and that's mostly our North Camden Zone department. So this weekend we ran a street party at Hillgrove, and we had like Zumba, face painting, free food, henna, and it was basically just it was ultimately to bring the community together. And I mean, from what I saw, because I couldn't go because I was sick,
Oh,
from what I saw, it was successful, and I think there's definitely gonna be another one on the cards, because we used to do them a lot. Like, there used to be a Swiss Cottage festival that happens out here, and we always did something, but obviously since COVID everything's kind of just
yeah.
stopped. So yeah, we're definitely, I think that's given everyone like that thrill to get back out in the community and do more fun things. But it's funding, so...
It's funding, so yeah. So if you're feeling generous...
If anyone's feeling generous.
No, but for sure, right? Like if you're feeling like, you know, as part of a business, you want to reach out or anything like that, then absolutely we'll put Jade's details underneath this, and you can speak to Jade, and yeah, hopefully we can sort something out. Just kind of finally to wrap up, if someone was walking past the Winch every day and they were like a young person and they were like, oh, I don't know if I should come in or not, like I don't know if I'd fit in, or I don't know if I'd be welcome, like what would you say?
I mean, we definitely bully people to come in. We're like, come in. What's the worst that can happen? We accept everybody's loved here. So that's really what it is. Like, we can be sentimental when we want to be, but yeah, we're definitely bullies. Like, we're like, just get inside. Like,
just do it.
Yeah, come in. Like, we upped on our basement, obviously, since the flood. So we've got VR now. Yeah,
wow.
We've got like 2 PS5s. We got the Wii back, which is so old school.
Yeah.
But I was in my
I love the Wii.
elements.
Love the Wii.
Wii Sports had me in a chokehold. I was there for hours. So like we've got all of that. And it's just a nice place to come. So yeah, we always just try to say to people like, come in, you'll make friends. If you don't, we'll be your friends. Like, yeah.
That is so nice. Well, thank you so much for chatting to me today.
That's okay.
It's been
Thanks for having
amazing.
me.
Thank you. And if you want to know anything else about the Winch, we'll pop the website underneath here as well. Thank you so much for watching and listening today. We'll be back next week with another episode where we went down to Horsham and we interviewed a set designer for their theatre, the Capitol Theatre. You are going to love it. We'll see you there. Bye.
I'm waving. I'm like, bye.